Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista, here on YouTube, and today is an old school WIP N Chat, right? I haven't done one of these in forever. So I am still working on, this is a partial that I got from Temu. And I am still working on it. I worked on it yesterday. And then Bill and I went to dinner. There's a Mexican restaurant in this area. Amazing. So we love that place. We have been there like 3 or 4 times. But, oh wow, I see diamonds. Oh, so I have a good little story for you guys. You'll like this one. So I had been working on a diamond painting that was full coverage, but it was like this size. Wait a minute, let me get started here. Let me find, where do I want to go? I'll go over here. So, wait a minute, here's one thing I don't understand. Companies that do like, number 1 is 2, 2 is 3. Why don't you number the bags 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and have the numbers correspond to that? I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not understanding. Anyway, so I decided that I was just going to chuck the diamond painting. I only paid a couple dollars for it. Oh, by the way, someone asked me a question and I answered them, but they wanted to know if when you lay, do you have to push a button to lay the diamond down? You don't. The stickiness of the canvas is enough to catch the diamond. You do not have to press a button to release the diamond. And trust me when I say the suction isn't like your vacuum cleaner for your house. It is just enough to pick up that diamond. That's why I have trouble with the specialty ones. Like, I didn't put these on yet because I hope they gave me ones for that. I don't think they did. Wouldn't that have been cool though? Oh, it's not sticky. Yeah, that's not sticky. So no, you don't, that's just the picture. But wouldn't that have been cool? They should have made that sticky and gave me diamonds for that. That would have looked really, really good. Anyway. So I had this diamond painting and it was 12 colors. And I said, you know, I only paid a couple dollars for it. I wasn't liking how it was turning out. I said, I'm just going to chuck it. So in my craft room, I use you guys have seen the trash can. It's a small little circle trash can. And I use a reusable grocery bag as the trash bag. So I decide, okay, I'm going to use that as my trash bag. So I pull it out of the trash can and I crunch up the diamond painting and put that in there. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stand up and dump the diamonds in the bag because it was only 12 colors. It wasn't like, you know, the normal big one where it's like 45, 50, 60 colors. This was going to take me like 2 minutes, right? So I am at the same time watching a movie on my iPad. So I am looking at the iPad, pulling the tray, dumping the diamonds, not looking. Now, I am looking to make sure that I'm in the bag when I go to dump them, but I'm not looking because I'm trusting that they're going in the bag. You can see where this is going, right? I empty the last tray of diamonds into the bag and I look down, there was a hole in the bag. And when I say a hole like, it was almost like I was dumping the diamonds directly onto the floor. When I say that there were so many diamonds on the floor, I literally screamed. And then I moved the bag and more poured out of the hole. So I screamed again. and then went and got the vacuum cleaner. I wish I would have taken a picture of it because I could have posted a picture of it right here to show you. It was insane. It was the craziest amount of diamonds I've ever seen on my floor. So yeah, had fun cleaning that up. When I told Bill the story, he was laughing. And so was Jill when I told her, like, dude, yeah, it was bad. Someone also asked about the chair mats. I linked it in the description box of the house tour video. So there were so many things that I didn't say yesterday about our move, and things came to me as I was like checking your comments. Thank you guys for all of like the congratulations and the well wishes. Let me tell you, there is nothing that will test your sanity, besides having children, I guess, like moving and unpacking and all that. I mean, I was off work the first 2 weeks that we moved. The first week I took off, and then the second week we were just slow. So it worked out because I was every day. And I mean, staying up until 2, 3 in the morning. Like literally running myself completely ragged, truly. It was just so much to do. And the house was just in such disarray. I mean, I wish again that I would have taken a before and after of my bedroom and my bathroom, because if you guys would have seen it, I mean, every day I was living out of, like, my clothes were all over the floor. I was pulling clothes off of the floor to get dressed every day. And I feel like I look like a homeless person. For the first 3 weeks, I didn't fix my hair or put on makeup at all. Why? When I was just going to be running around. Well, what's funny is that before we moved here, we came here to scope out how many trees were in the yard, because we had 5 trees cut down when we moved in because some were dangerously close to the house. So we came here the one day, and a neighbor was out. So Bill runs over there and is like chatting him up and saying, yeah, we settled, blah, blah, blah. And so we talked to them for a couple minutes. Well, once we moved in, and I mean, I was walking to the mailbox every day because it's a nice walk. It's about a 5-minute walk. So it was getting me out of the house, giving me a break, even though it was biting cold, right? Because we moved February 7th. So I'm coming back from one of these walks, and I see the neighbor that we talked to, one of them. And they say, and they kind of looked, because I said hi, because I recognized them, and they kind of gave me a look like they didn't know who I was. And they're like, oh, you're across the street. I said, yeah. And they're like, oh, you look really different. And I thought to myself, of course I motherfucking look different. I don't have fucking makeup on. And I think I said that. I think I said, yeah, I don't have any makeup on and my hair's not fixed because we've been unpacking. But I was just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was dead. I came in and told Bill, and he was like, wow, yeah. I have been walking, like today I took a walk. I have been consistently walking every day because I want to incorporate that into my life. Now, again, wait a minute, is this nope, that's not the right one. Thank God see, I'm talking and not paying attention. Number 1 is number 2. See what I mean about they should be added numbers? Luckily, it's like also color coded, so you kind of know what color should be what. I knew that it was not like this blacky gold color. It's purple. So, yeah, the neighbors around here, wonderful. We have met quite a bit of people. Bill's chatty Cathy. But yeah, for like the first 3 weeks, it literally was just one thing after another, where I just finally sat down and said, I don't know how much more of this I can take. Just everything literally went sideways. You know, with the start, that diamond is like broken. Yeah, the movers breaking a whole bunch of our stuff. Just having to replace all that, unpack. I mean, okay, so here's another little funny story. At the old house, when I had an Amazon return, I could take it to the UPS store that was down the street. Well, here it's completely different. There is no UPS store. The option to... I hear screaming. It must be people outside. Anyway. What number is this? Am I doing 2? Yes, okay. You have to take it to our local Staples, and there's a counter in there for Amazon returns. And literally, I kid you not, for the first 3 weeks, I was there every day because we had bought a ton of stuff on Amazon before we moved. And some of it just did not work. It did not work how I thought it was going to work. And then some things that I bought, when I realized that I didn't get everything, some things didn't work and I had to return it and exchange it and get something different. So I was returning stuff literally every day for 3 weeks. The guy behind the counter came to know me, like he knows me now. And now I've been in there when I sell the diamond paintings. I ship them by UPS, so I'm going in there and dropping it off. And he made a comment the other day. He was like, "You always have these packaged so well." And I thought to myself, well, what are they doing when they're bringing in the packages? Are they a hot mess? I wrap it in brown craft paper and put tape on it. I didn't, yeah. But there is a guy behind the counter, behind the cashier stand, that has said hi to me every day. And the one time I've actually bought something, I bought printer ink because I had to wind up getting a new printer when we moved here. And I bought it from there. And he said something and I laughed and he said, "Man, you have a great smile." And I said, "Oh, thank you." And he knows me because, like I said, I've been in there every day for 3 weeks. And when we moved, I hadn't had my hair done since November. I found an amazing hairstylist. I'm so grateful. And right above her is my massage therapist. Both of them amazing. I'm so grateful and thankful that the first people I went to, I absolutely love. And we have found a primary care doctor, which I'm very pleased about. Still trying to find a dentist, but that will happen. So I hadn't been in there. Now, when we got everything unpacked and all of that, I hadn't been in the Staples in a couple weeks. Like, I would say 2 or 3 weeks went by. In that time period, I had my hair done. And I mean, my hair was looking rough before I did it. I mean, I probably had a good inch or inch and a half of gray. And I told Bill, I said, I got to find somebody. I got to make an appointment. Like, I need to get this done. So I went in there. I went to Staples a couple days ago to take a diamond painting. But I also needed to buy computer paper. And this guy was behind the register. He goes, "Oh, you got your hair done." I looked at him. I was busted out laughing. He's like, "Oh, I see they did. It's like a little more red. And then I like the blonde in it." I thought to myself, he is quite the observant person. When I came out and I told Bill, Bill was dying. I said, wow, he noticed that I had my hair done. I said, I wonder who else he is very observant for, because it makes you feel on some level. I need to get my tweezers out. it makes you feel on some level a valued customer. Like somebody remembers what you looked like. I mean, it was crazy when he said, oh, I really love that they put more red in it. And I thought to myself, are you fucking kidding me right now? Yeah. So that was really funny. We do have an HOA where we live now. And I follow the page on Instagram now, but there's a page about HOA stories, like horror stories pretty much. Jill forwarded me this one and I was dying. I showed it to Bill. They show a clip of an HOA meeting. And the guy, someone, I don't know if he's like the head of it or just like a resident. And this is not our HOA. This is just a random HOA somewhere. And you see him saying, you know, it's violating the wind chime curfew. And I thought, did he just say wind chime curfew? He said, your wind chimes are only supposed to like be activated between 4 and 7 p.m. If I hear them outside of those times, it's irritating. And then it flipped to a clip of a woman that I think lives, there's more twos. She lives in the community and she's like, I went out and I bought 30 wind chimes and they all make a different sound. Can you imagine? First off, I was like, the fuck? Like, how are you controlling the wind? So you mean to tell me that if I put out a wind chime, I can only put it out between 4 and 7 and then I have to go and bring it in? Yeah, fuck all the way off with that. Are you kidding? No. No. I was just dead. And so I follow that page now because so hilarious. We had to get a permit to have the trees cut down and we had no problem doing that. Waiting for the permit though, however, for the doors, but that's not our HOA. That's the county. All right, let's do number 4. See, 3 is 4. I'm trying to think what else did I want to talk to you guys about. I may even try to do some stitching today. I feel like someone asked me if I was going to get back into stitching. I feel like if I start stitching, I will probably want to do it again. It's a matter of, out of sight, out of mind kind of. I love these diamond paintings so much, these partials. And I think it appeals to my love of things shiny and glittery. Some of these that I have, wait till you see the bling on it. Crazy. Is this the 4? 4 is 3? Yes, okay. Very beautiful ones. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, it has been an adjustment for sure. It is different. I like that the house, like I said before, I like that the house is set up completely different than the other house. My dad came to visit. I did his taxes. So he drove he drove here because I live hours away from where I used to live. He drove here and he loved the house. And Bill did a really good job with the garden out front, flowers, which I didn't show you guys. I forgot to show you. And he was like, oh, did you show him the garage? I said, no, because it's like it's not even set up yet. When it's set up, I'll show you guys. He was like, oh, you should have showed him. What, a bunch of boxes? It literally is just his tool thing, his tool chest, and just a bunch of boxes. But yeah, I watched a really good movie. At night, I've been trying to watch a movie that I haven't seen. And I don't know how I didn't see this movie. It was Wonder, starring Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson. And it was on Netflix. I loved it. I loved it so much. I mean, this movie is back from 2017. We actually went to the movies a couple weeks ago and saw Scream 7. I like all the Scream movies. That was my least favorite one, and I think they need to not make any more. Just my personal opinion. Like, let's not make any more of them. I also watched His and Hers on Netflix. There was so much TV I had to catch up on because I didn't have a TV in my bedroom for like 6 weeks because we had started because of painting the other house. So we had taken it off the wall weeks before we moved. Yeah, I watched His and Hers. What else did I watch that I really liked? Oh, I can't remember. We watched Traitors. That's a pretty cool show. I started watching The Testaments, which is like a spinoff of Handmaid's Tale. Love it. Love it so much. There's only 3 episodes out right now, and I've already watched all 3. I did watch a documentary, like a true crime thing, called it's called Friends Like These, where these 2 friends stabbed their other friend. I mean, these girls are in fucking high school. Horrible. It was just a horrible story. And they just stabbed her because they were just tired of her. Like, the fuck? Come on now. Like, what are we doing here? These are all 6s over here. But yeah, Bill's birthday is coming up. His birthday is next Friday. We have spent so much money on the house that we're not doing birthday gifts this year for each other. Although we're going to go to dinner wherever the person wants to go. And I'm going to go get him like a little cake so we can have that. Yeah, work has been really busy. I started reading a new book today called All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers, I think it is. It's really good. I'm only like 2 chapters in. But yeah, I've had a quiet morning. Went to the grocery store. I'm in the middle of doing my laundry. I heard it go off, so I have to fold and put that away. And I took a walk. And I'm probably going to vacuum and mop the floors because those floors down there, I vacuum every single day. And we don't even have any pets. It's just tracking stuff in from outside. I vacuum every day. I don't mop every day, but I vacuum every day. I might also clean Bill's bathroom because we're not messy people. And like I said, because we don't have pets, things do not get extremely dirty. And I keep up with stuff like I wipe down counters and things like that. Things don't get like dirty. You know what I mean? Like it takes a while. And I was going to go to Hobby Lobby. There's a Hobby Lobby about 35-40 minutes away. So it's a haul. It's a little bit of a drive, you know. I was going to look for summer stuff for that table because after 4th of July, I was considering decorating for summer. But I don't know if summer stuff is out yet at Hobby Lobby. Oh, my friend Becky is going to send me some pretty placers. I didn't even think to ask her. She has a whole bunch. So she's going to pop some in the mail to me. I was like, yes. I could just use a regular diamond painting pen. I do realize this, but I love the pretty placers. They're really good for special shaped diamonds and ABs. There are also new types of diamond paintings called pearl diamond paintings, if you've ever seen these, where they're partials, but they're literally done in all pearls. OMG. Like, wowza. I have to say, the partial diamond paintings, since I started diamond painting all those years ago, they've stepped up their game. It has the detail has been more. So you actually feel like, I feel like anyway, that you get your money's worth with these. And it takes a while. I mean, it takes a minute to do it. I mean, look how pretty it is, though. It's so gorgeous when you turn off the light. I cannot wait to hang this. I did discover, so I sold another diamond painting this morning. I did discover 2 diamond paintings that I forgot to list because it was newer ones that don't have the sticker sheet. So I'm going to list those. And I think I'm going to list the ones that I was going to save because I'm never going to do them. If anything, I'll do one of these partials and love it so much, I'll just frame that and hang it in my bedroom. Because I have like 2 spots in my bedroom that are blank that I can either get artwork or pictures or something, or do my artwork, you know, cross stitch, diamond painting. So I'm going to list them. So I got 4 more diamond paintings to list. I think I've sold 11 or 12 of them, and I had like 37 listed. So I will put the link down below again. I have them really inexpensive. I mean, I've only have them listed at like $40 or $45, and many of the kits you can't even get anymore. So come look. They're all round diamonds. All the ones I have are round diamonds. They don't have a toolkit. The canvas is not in the plastic bag. Like, I took all that out. But it does have the ones that have a sticker sheet. I do have the sticker sheet. And, of course, the canvas and the diamonds. It's crazy. I mean, I was sitting here thinking about how, you know, floss tube and how everything has just evolved over the years since I started doing it. It was amazing that there was hardly anybody doing floss tube when I started. It literally was only a handful of people. And then it got a little more popular because I belong to the group Stitch Mania, which isn't even in existence anymore on Facebook. And they would allow you to like promote your channel in there. So every time I posted a video, I put the link in there, and that's how I got a whole lot of subscribers. And then, as anyone who has followed the channel for any length of time, I only had my channel for 4 months before I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So then the whole entire like next 14 months was talking about that, going through that. I still stitched. And I received so many wonderful gifts and cards from people and support. It's a time I would not want to repeat, but man, did I really get some friendships out of that. Amazing. The community, people are really, really supportive. And it was amazing, the support that I received during that time. Yeah, pretty quick. It's almost like, where do I go next? I should start doing her dress so I can like inch my way down. Is this 3? 3 is 2. Do I have that? That's what I have in my hand. So we're just going to keep going with that. I'm trying to think, what else did I want to talk about? I can't think, except I've been really trying to live a more calm and peaceful life and not worry about things, not be stressed by stuff. I mean, because the amount of stress literally that I was under for like the last 6-7 months was extreme. It was the most extreme stress I think I've probably ever experienced, minus going through cancer for treatment for a year. I mean, just handling 2 houses. And then I knew because I was running myself so ragged. Bill got sick. He was sick for a week and like feeling really horrible. It wasn't COVID because we did a test. He just had a cold. But then I got sick the next week. And man, I couldn't tell you the last time I had been properly sick. Horrible. And but I wasn't, I mean, it forced me to slow down, obviously. I mean, I still worked, but there were like 2 days where I literally did not do one thing because, God, Dayquil was the saving grace. That would get me through the workday because, you know, I don't have the luxury, unless I literally can't get out of bed. I don't have the luxury of saying, oh, I'm going to take a sick day. No. Doesn't happen like that. So, I am looking forward to, I have a retreat in 2 weeks. And then the one in July in New Jersey. My ride is going to be longer going to New Jersey because I'm where I moved. That's okay. That retreat is completely worth it. And Terry is going this year. I'm so... Is that a stray diamond? Yes, it is. I am so happy that she's going to be there. I haven't seen her in a couple years. So it's going to be so exciting to see her and talk to her in person. And the last time she went to the retreat, she led a prayer group every morning. And I loved that so much. So I hope she was open to doing that kind of thing again, because quite a bit of people from our table attended it, and it kind of drew some looks in the lobby. You know, everyone's eating their continental breakfast. It was awesome, though. It was really, really awesome. Okay, do I have any other stories? I'm trying to think. I don't think I do. I think I might end it here. I know when I turn the camera off, I'm going to remember something. But yeah, I love the vacuum pen. Absolutely love it. And I'm even considering taking diamond painting with me to the retreat in 2 weeks because I've just been enjoying it so much. And I have a cordless light pad. I have a lap desk, which I would prop it up on. And I have another little set of like diamond containers that look like almost like a credenza that only hold like 20 colors, because I mean, this only has 11 colors. Like most, there's probably no partial that has more than 20 colors. I can't imagine. But yeah, yesterday I was in the zone. Oh, okay. So retreats. Bill's like, it's cross stitch. Why aren't you bringing cross stitch? I said, you know what? I actually like to think of it as a crafting retreat. Crafting is crafting. To me, it doesn't matter if you're coloring. I brought coloring before. I brought diamond painting. I was doing embroidery at one point. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I could bring my sticker book. To me, it's about seeing the people more so than getting the craft done. And that's for anyone. That's for the one in New Jersey and the ones I go to in Ocean City. Yeah. So I am going to 2 more retreats though this year. At Salty Yarns, they have one in the spring and they have one in the fall. The first weekend of May, and then a weekend in November. So that'll be nice because I go to the one retreat in Ocean City in December. So very much looking forward to the Salty Yarns retreats because they give you like a goodie bag and they cater a dinner. I mean, so does the New Jersey one. But the ones in Ocean City don't. It literally is just, and I like that. I would rather have a retreat that you kind of go at your own pace and do what you want than to be locked in. You know what I mean? That's why I normally don't take anything that requires a class. It would have to be a designer that I really, really loved to do a class. I still would love to do stitch along one time and keep up with it, but I'm usually, sometimes just time gets away. I mean, life happens, right? And I still want to do that temperature chart. I just, with moving and everything, I just haven't. I would like to do it. Maybe next year I will do it, because then I can keep up with it. And that would be making sure I'm stitching. And then at the end of the year, I would have something pretty cool. I still would love to do the one that looks like the potion bottles on the shelf. It's so cool. And I think I bought that pattern. Wouldn't it be something to like be somebody who just stitches temperature charts and just do a different one every year? Because there are so many now. It's unbelievable how many there are. When you put in, go to Etsy and put in temperature chart cross stitch. You're going to be shocked by the amount of them. Isn't she so pretty? Fairy Magic. Gorgeous. Yeah, so I went on Temu. I went on Peggy Buy because they have a ton of partial diamond paintings. And then there is a site called Everyday Deals. And they used to be called something else, and I can't remember what it was. They have, I want to say they are a sister site to Peggy Buy, because they have a lot of the same partial diamond paintings. But they had some different ones because I bought some. Yeah. So, thank you to everyone who has bought a diamond painting, because that has gone to fund some other purchases. I thank you very much. And I had a new patron, which I don't do anything on Patreon anymore. So anyone who contributes to it is just donating to the channel. And I fully appreciate everyone who has done that. The ID is Mama Hodge. I don't remember. I wrote her a message, but I just wanted to thank her on here for becoming a patron. I truly appreciate that. Some days I'm spread so thin. I mean, I barely have time to do any crafting. Yesterday was the first day that I really had enough time to be up here for an extended period of time. And then today also, because Bill is off helping somebody on their boat, so I have time. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop it here. I should complete, let me just complete this, because 4, what's 4? 3 is 4. That way I can kind of close a loop there. But yeah, I didn't buy anything from the Nashville Needlework Market. I barely looked at what was released. I probably need to go look at what was released, because I might want some stuff. But it just, I was just in the midst of, getting the house set up. I wasn't even in the headspace to be looking at cross stitch. I did get all the emails from Abby, Top Knot Stitcher. And I glanced at them, but I really didn't go through and look. But there usually are so many wonderful releases. I mean, you saw the charts I had bought from the August Needlework Market. I bought quite a bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward. So I think I talked about it. I'll diamond paint a little. I'll do a little bit more. So you guys know I love perforated paper. Mill Hill, and I feel like I mentioned this to somebody. It had to be on a video, right? That they're changing it all over to what is called perforated PVC. So it's a combination of like paper and plastic. And so everything's on order. And Okay, that was it for that. Let me go over here and do a couple too, since I have it out. I'll be very curious to touch it and feel it and see, you know, it's supposed to be stronger and sturdier than the paper was. And, you know, I always got the question, is perforated paper fragile? And my answer was always, it's fragile but strong, which that doesn't make any sense, right? But it does, because you can hold it, it will bend without ripping or breaking. And if you're careful enough, it's perfect. But you can't get it wet. It will tear if you pull your stitches really, really tight. So that's how it's on the fragile side. But I love it. I can't wait to, I need to do 7, because that's like right there. I'm afraid I'm going to miss that. 7 is 6. That's a pretty blue. That's that 7 symbol. It's gorgeous. It's like I know you probably can't tell. It's like a tealy blue. But yeah, Bill gave me, so he just gave me free reign in the house. Like all the decorating, it's all me. Where we put stuff, all me. He really just went along with it. He was like, you're the organizer. And I became obsessed with hiding all the cords in the house. I don't know if I showed you, but we literally, every cord is hidden as much as possible, as I possibly can. I became obsessed with doing it. And it looks so much neater. But yeah, thank you to everyone who commented about the decorating and saying I was organized. And, you know, I've been like that ever since I was a kid. And it's probably, that's something I can talk about. Okay, back to diamond painting. So if you guys have followed my channel for any length of time, you will know that I did not have a good childhood. My stepfather, who is my brother's biological father, was very abusive towards me and my brother. I know I had a WIP N Chat one time on the channel where I talked all about it and told some stories. I mean, I was punished for sitting in this chair. There was a chair. I can tell some stories. Why not? We're here, right? You're here doing whatever. And you're going to know why I'm telling the stories when I get to my point. Well, him and my mother divorced when I was 18 because she caught him cheating. Yes. Yes, sir. He had been cheating for like 1.5 years. Yep. And she finally found out. And it was messy and horrible and came about, 10 years too late, in my opinion. But I have since forgiven him for everything that's gone on because, you forgive someone so you have peace, not for them. It's for you. And I had to. I had to move on and not be bitter. And when, I have a relationship with my real father now, and I have for the past 20 years, he was appalled at what happened, at what went on. He had no idea because he didn't have any contact with us. And that is such a long story, all of that. But he was just appalled and guilty and contrite, obviously, because he was like, my God, you were, suffering all that time. And I mean, my dad was so young when I was born. My real dad, he was only 17. So it just didn't work out between him and my mom. Okay, anyway, back to the couple of the stories that I, can tell you guys. So we had living room furniture when I was growing up that only company could sit in. We didn't sit there. The kids definitely couldn't sit in there. And, but we had this chair that was like maroon, pinky mauve, velvety, comfortable. And it was by a window. So when my stepfather was gone, I would sit in there. Well, now that I have the 8 out, I got to do this flower. I would sit in there and read. And when I saw him pull up, I would just go up to my room. I had time. Well, this one day, I must have been very engrossed in my book. Now, when I'm telling you this story, keep in mind, I was 16 years old when this happened, okay? I'm sitting there reading. He walks in the door. The look on my face must have been priceless, because the look on his face was like, oh, you're caught. And I didn't say a word, because you learned if you reacted or cried or any of that, it just fueled him. Like it was like pouring gasoline on a fire, or it was like satisfying some demented urge he had. Like, so you just adapted, and I didn't have any reaction. He said, well, you are punished and you can't see your boyfriend tonight. I said, okay. That's literally my reaction. Okay, because, you know, for most of my teenage years, I spent most of it in my bedroom if I wasn't at my grandparents' house. Yeah, I was 9 times out of 10 in my room. Well, he was such an asshole that he says, well, I'm going to stand here while you call him and tell him you can't go out tonight. Okay. Again, okay. So I get on the phone, and this is when, no, there was no cell phone. There was no internet. This is like 1990. So he answers the phone, and I said, I can't go out tonight. And of course he's going to say, why? And I said, because I was sitting in the mauve chair in the living room. And when you fucking say that, it sounds so preposterous and ridiculous. But I said it completely neutral. And he was like, what? Yeah. I said, my, dad is standing right here while I'm on the phone with you. And I mean, it was just, I never sat in that chair again. Because I just didn't risk. But what in the actual fuck are you doing punishing a child who is reading a book? We weren't bad kids. My brother and I weren't bad kids. We did not, I never snuck out. We didn't lie. We didn't do bad things. We were good kids. And yeah, I mean, I would be punished for leaving a soda can on an end table if I got up and left the room or something. And I remember one time, and I know I wasn't a teenager yet. They had ordered pizza, and my aunt and uncle, my mom's brother and his wife were over. We were all eating pizza. Well, we had a dog. So out of the corner of my eye, I see my stepfather teasing the dog by acting like he was going to give them a bite of pizza and then pulling it away. And he did this like a billion times, it felt like. And I said, this was my mistake, obviously. I said, why don't you stop teasing the dog? If you're not going to give them anything, why are you doing that? No, ma'am. Nope. That was not good to say. Wait a minute. I got to make sure I'm doing the right symbol here. 5 is 4. He said, go up to your room. Okay. I set my pizza. Now I'm crying though because I was a much younger child. I set my pizza down and I go up to my room. And then because he wanted, he wants to humiliate you, truly. 2 minutes later, he calls me back down. And I said, no, I don't want to come down. And he says, like, get down here right now. So, you got to listen, right? So then I go down there and I'm like, you know how when you cry really hard and you're like hiccuping kind of? That's how I was. I mean, the fact that those memories are so vivid in my head tells you the lasting effect of stuff like that, right? Anyway, all of that to say, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago now. Meanwhile, when they divorced, when I lived at the old house, he only lived 10 minutes from me. I hadn't seen him in 25 years, ever since his parents died. We actually went to their funeral. I'm working, and this was just 2 weeks ago. I'm working. Mind you, he married the woman that he cheated on my mother with. Okay, so they were married. She sends me a message and said that he died. I said, what? He had passed away the day before. And they think it was a heart attack. And it was funny because I really didn't know how to feel. I immediately got up and I went out and I told Bill, and Bill was of the mindset like good riddance. And I said, well, no matter how he treated me, I didn't wish death on him. Right? And I mean, he was young. He was only like 68. That's young, right? But he never took care of himself. Smoked, drank, all that good stuff. All that bad stuff. But, yeah, I had some mixed emotions. I felt really odd about it. And, but yeah, so he is no longer in this world. And, truly, if there is like a heaven and a hell, I would think that he would be going not to heaven because of the things that he has done. Because, I mean, okay, hypothetically, you go stand before God because, we're all, and I'm not trying to preach here, but I believe that there is going to be a judgment day, right? Where we're all going to have to answer to the things we've done. How do you explain treating children the way that my brother and I were treated? I do not know how there's no explanation or justification for it. And, I read a statistic a long while ago that said the first 7 years of a child's life are the most formative years because that is what forms their personality as an adult. So I like to think that I survived that and am the person I am in spite of how I was treated, in spite of consistent, everyday, trying to break you down, being called, punk kids. He would call my brother a pussy at the dinner table every day. And, you learned too. So my mom, it was of the mindset that she made, a normal sit down meat, potato, vegetable dinner every night. Well, I didn't really care for vegetables. What kid really does, right? So you learned pretty quickly. He would make us eat. That diamond is missing something. He would make us eat a vegetable. Well, I learned very quickly that you pick the one you hate the most, because if you don't pick that one, he's going to pick it for you and make you eat it anyway. So, and I hate Brussels sprouts. And we used to have them all the time because he liked them. That one's fucked up too. So I would just pick that one. I would just pick it because whatever, if I didn't pick it, my God, he would veto it and make me eat it anyway. You know, I don't know if my choice to not have children, if any of that factored into it. I don't know. I don't know. But okay, enough talking bad things talking about that. And that is probably the last time I will mention any of that on this channel because, like I said, he's gone. But I thought, you know, there are some of you that know what went on in my childhood. So, but okay. It has been, wow, almost an hour I've sat here and talked. So I hope you were able to get something crafty done or, oh, it's looking so good. I love it so much. Oh, I love it so much. It's beautiful. You guys really can't, let me stand up and see what you're seeing. Oh yeah, you can see it. It looks so good. So fucking good. But okay, I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video.